dubbing you now the resident single correspondent of Middlebrow.
Dude, amazing.
Are you part of any run clubs?
No, I'm not. I
You got the bleached hair.
How are the youth meeting women these days?
I don't think through run. Really.
Absolutely not. Well, there's no chance anyone likes running that much. Everyone's just getting horned up
the
in their
Venn diagram
hokas.
between someone who writes like profiles for Wall Street Journal and someone who runs 10Ks
on Strava,
it's a circle. so they're just like, well, I'm doing this, so everyone must be doing this.
Yeah, I also think that there's and I guess I keep going back to this idea of like, if you start with what would make a good short form fucking TikTok of a bunch of fit looking people running and then like wide shots of Austin, Texas or whatever, like that makes for a kind of pleasant to look at video. And so if you reverse engineer that,
yeah, baby, that's some outdoor voices circa 2016 right there.
Yeah, but people, right? Yeah, there's plenty of creative directors that made good money, enough money, to move upstate off of that vibe. But I think that the videos of run clubs blew up far more than run clubs themselves blew up, because it was this digital thing. It's very easy to make and watch and share and talk about a run club. It's actually kind of a pain in the ass to commit to a run club. So when I would talk to people who were in run clubs, they were like, no, nothing has changed. Not more people are coming to these run clubs. People are just more curious
a lot more reporters.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's like 50%
just like
reporters.
6 guys from 96th Street are coming. I don't know why they took the fucking train here to run around Prospect Park. No, yeah. So I don't think people are meeting people at run clubs more so than anything else. But I do think post-COVID, there's a certain group of people who are a certain like swath of young people, especially young people in New York, who are actively trying to come up with new ways to like hang out in real life. That they did maybe 4 or 5 years of expanding their social network like purely digitally, and it drove them insane. And so then they're like, let me try something
That was
else.
an insane sentence that you just said.
Which one?
Just like ideating really hard to find like novel ways to hang out in real life.
Yeah, what about a bar? What about
Just text a friend. Text your friend.
Yeah, but okay, no. Just to cape for these people for a second, you can go to a bar and spend going to a bar and talking to the same 4 people about what you were going to talk about at your house is not like, oh, I'm like, going out in the world. That's just right. Having your group chat at this, like at fucking Charlene's. Like it's not,
But there's so much that can be said that you just don't want in writing,
Yeah, what about just sexually harassing your coworker until she gives in and marries you? Where'd that go?
Dude, remote work. How are you going to do that?
They took it away from us.
I actually do think that's
fucking
a big
Fauci.
People met. I mean, this is the whole eroding of third space, like theoretical underpinning to any of this stuff.
So you're siding with Mark Andreessen here. You're like, we need a return to in office.
Yeah. Bring back tradition.
Am I siding with Mark Andreessen on this?
You're like, we need a return to tradition here.
Where does he meet people? At the Humpty Dumpty gathering lookalike competition?
Yeah, at the I fell off. I needed that lookalike competition.
The Conehead reunion show.
No, dude. Or like, well, last one. Sorry, the Mucinex commercial lookalike show.
Oh yeah.
No, I think people need to return the office.
Yes.
I mean, I think you would have an easier time meeting people for sure. Like if you were commuting with people and
as someone who has a fake job and has to deal with these people in coffee shops all the time, I want them back in the office. The coffee shops used to be people with nothing to do and then losers, okay, like me and Brian, who like just have to sit and force themselves to write 30 dick jokes.
You went on this tirade last episode.
I know, that's true.
Like again,
I won't go.
We need coffee shops to be
just
empty again.
Restore them to their rightful owners.
Or, yeah. I think coffee shops were kind of they're kind of skating as the third space on the whole idea that people used to call places to hang out like coffee houses or whatever. If you remove that, nobody wants to, like, who's going on a coffee date?
What were these mythical third spaces that are gone now? I don't even understand. Like everyone's like, they got rid of our. What was the third space that
Dude, they were like going to the pool.
That still is. There are no pools.
Nobody's going to the pool.
That's because they chose not to, not because they don't exist anymore.
No, what happened is that these people who are writing these think pieces, they go to Condesa in Mexico City, and they're like, "Whoa,
there's
this
a
is
piazza.
What could have been."
Wow, they're in Siena, and like there's this beautiful plaza where everyone's just hanging out.
No, the third spaces in America is literally your Best Buy parking lot.
That's still there.
Just vibing.
No, the problem is everyone is just looking at their phones all the time. You can still go to the Grove or whatever. It's just everyone's looking down at their phones. So it doesn't even matter if there is a third space because we're not.
So
you're anti good urban design, Dan.
I just think it's still there.
We need less walkable cities.
I just think
more commuting to work.
I'm just like, when
that you have to be there.
Where were these walkable cities in America before the internet?
I think it is. I think you're actually bringing up a fair point, which is that it's not just, and this is getting already co-opted in real time, where every fucking company is now investing in community. Right,
Adam Newman from WeWork.
Right,
that's his whole jam
now. That's how he wants to do.
He's after destroying community.
After destroying,
he's back with a vengeance.
What happened? Remember how Mark Zuckerberg would always talk about how Facebook's all about connections? You know, I just want to connect people, and then like the moment it was at all threatened by TikTok, he's like, all right, actually now Facebook and Instagram, it's only algorithmic driven like cat videos. Sorry, connections. Who? It doesn't even matter who you're following. Your friends. It was all nonsense.
No, and just and he, got really into barbecuing and Muay Thai and like weird.
Well, he's gone on a great journey. I'm happy for him personally.
Yeah.
It's just at the expense of society.
And the Joe Rogan chuds like him now.
Oh
yes.
Yeah, because he like donated $1 million to the inauguration.
Third spaces, I think, as I see it, or forget the loaded term, but just a thing that would help us all or benefit society or whatever, isn't just places where people can convene, because there's plenty of places where people could conceivably convene, but there is a certain alchemy of stuff like churches or like clubs or the pool or
Soho House.
Are you saying Americans are bowling alone?
I might even be saying that. But my point is where you can go and have these like loose connections with people. The way I think about it is like the type of event where you would reasonably feel comfortable walking up to a group of strangers and being like, hey, I'm Harry.
Yeah, everything is nationalized. There's no local.
People just need to accept that they need church. They just want what church can provide them.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you can't like office place Riz, because like you and wifey are on the other end of the Andreessen debate. Like there's somewhere you have to meet her IRL.
Yeah.
And I guess church could be it.
Well, in Paris, they do like all the kids hang out by the canals. Like if you go on like Friday and Saturday nights, they're like, it's just completely packed with people like bringing their own whatever wine and chilling by canal. I guess there's not really the equivalent. I guess in high school in New York, we would just like.
Oh, we have time again.
We would, yes, time again. We would drink like Smirnoff Ice in Riverside Park. That was what we would do in high school. Which I wonder if they're still doing that. The kids in the city still going to Riverside Park.
To that point, there was plenty of spots in San Francisco growing up where people would convene, and like
Dolores Park, right?
There's Dolores Park, yeah. There, whatever.
The Tenderloin. So many people are hanging out there. I see every time I go there. That seems like a fun third space.
Yeah,
that's community.
That's exactly right. They're trying to police the third space by making it so you can't do heroin there.
I'm just saying, we're trying to get rid of the third space.
That's an interesting. That would be, San Francisco loloves their wacky politics. Somebody to run on that.
Oh yeah,
is actually now we're talking.
Give the fentanyl addicts the third space.
Okay, that was Middlebrow.